Actress Hayden Panettiere has died at the age of 36. The film and TV star's death was confirmed by her publicist overnight, who told CBS News an investigation is ongoing into the circumstances around her passing. Bradley Blackburn has more.
This morning, authorities in Greenville, South Carolina, confirmed the shocking death of Hayden Panettiere. EMS responded to a 911 call Sunday afternoon from an apartment complex where the actress was reported unresponsive. She was given medical assistance but later pronounced dead at the scene. Her father issued a statement saying, quote, "She was an incredible light and a force of nature who brought immeasurable love and joy to all who knew her and to the millions who watched her on screen."
You know, a good friend of mine once said it's more important to be honest with yourself and happy than popular.
The star of TV shows like Heroes and Nashville lived nearly all her life in the public eye. Her career spanned more than 3 decades. One of her early roles was in the film Remember the Titans alongside Denzel Washington.
Still weak on the left side.
We're not weak on the left side.
In 2006, Heroes made her a household name, and Panettiere became a frequent target of paparazzi. She spoke openly about dealing with addiction and in 2014 entered treatment for postpartum depression after giving birth to her first child. She later gave primary custody of her daughter to her ex-fiancé.
Back in the 2000s, there were no boundaries at all. It was rough and tough.
Earlier this year, Panettiere released a memoir and spoke to CBS Mornings about her struggles.
You call them life quakes.
Life quakes, yeah.
And you get through it how?
You get through it by time, finding good therapists, being willing to reflect, check in with yourself.
Yeah.
You know, really do the work.
No cause of death was announced, and her family asked for privacy. Panettiere would have turned 37 this Friday. Bradley Blackburn, CBS News, New York.